Welcome to another unit in this Excel course. This time I'm going to talk about the function rate. Rate we can use when we have the situation where I take out a loan, that's also here signified by the minus sign, which I want to pay back over, in this case, 24 periods, and each month I want to pay 60 euros back. The question in this context is, what would be the interest rate which would allow for this kind of payment plan? So basically, as compared to the situation where we had the loan, the number of periods and the interest rate, and we're interested in how much we have to pay each month, now we turn this question around and ask what would be the corresponding interest rate. So what would actually be the costs or the cost factor related to this payment plan, which then also would help us to compare different payment plans. Say, okay, this actually requires a lower interest rate than the other one. So it's actually cheaper than the other one. Okay, but first, let's try to see how this function rate actually works. So we can simply put rate. Then he asks for the number of periods, the payment each period, and the present value, so the value of the loan. Then he asks for the final value, some kind of salvage costs. If we're just interested in paying back the loan, we can put a 0 here. Next, he asks about the type of a payback plan. This could be either that each of the payments happens by the end of the period, so we have an immediate payback plan, or each payment happens by the beginning of the period and we have a due payment plan. Here, for simplicity's sake, I again select 0. Then we can also wager a guess on the solution here. This makes sense due to the fact that what he does here is finding solutions to a polynomial, which can have more than one solution. Usually those solutions are way far off and do not really qualify for the interest rate we're looking here, but it could be that we have different possible outcomes. So in this case, a guess would actually be a good choice. If we don't know anything, we could either enter 0 or leave this blank. If I then click OK, see here, this result would actually lead to an interest rate of 2%. Now we can compare this with a different situation. Now imagine you're taking out a credit of 5,000 euros and each period you want to pay back 400 euros over the same amount of periods, or have to pay 400 euros for 24 months as well. Then you see this is related to an internal interest rate of 6%. So this is a much more expensive payment plan than the one on the left. And that's the real idea here, to make different types of payment plans comparable, to decide which of them is the more expensive or the cheaper one. And well, that's basically it. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I say goodbye and see you next time.